Hey folks, this is Vincent Lee with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to check out Koi. This is a game that is for 1 to 4 players. It's for ages 10 and up, and the average play time is 40 to 60 minutes. This came in the mail the other day, and this is our first time playing, so this is going to be more of a first impressions video. There will be some rules goofs, no doubt, because there's a lot of little rules to worry about here. Basically, this game is all about taking your Koi and trying to eat these dragonflies and these frogs. There are no frogs to start with, but frogs can come out later in the game. And you're trying to eat those for points. Everything is movement-based with cards, and you're going to be taking your hand of cards and playing them so that you can move your fish around the board. So for example, let's say, and this is just an example from the deck. This is a good example. Okay, so let's say that on my turn I played this card here. The black arrows are mandatory and the blue ones are optional. So in this case, direction matters. Whenever I put my fish on the board at the beginning of the game, the direction I face it, I have to commit to. So in this case, I would, starting from the bottom and moving up, it would be 1, 2, and now we're here. Now this is optional. I can choose to rotate it this way. I don't have to. If I decide to skip that, I can choose to rotate it this way. I don't have to, but I could. And I could just do that and then and that. You can play as many cards as you want on your turn, up to as many as you want to at that point in time. But I'm getting ahead of myself there. So that's what you're trying to do in this game. You're trying to maneuver your fish around the board with your cards to enter or cross over, move through these spaces that have dragonflies on them or frogs, and you can collect points that way. Now, like I said, there's a lot of little rules in this game with regards to how things interact with each other. These cherry blossoms, when placed down, will push certain things away from it. Not rocks or lily pads, but it will move, say, dragonflies, koi, frogs, I think I read. I'm going to have to refer to it. But it's going to push things away, so you have to, you know, and cherry blossoms can activate other cherry blossoms. It gets a little involved for your first time out. There are weather cards that come out. There are 6 in the beginning of the game. We're going to play a variant that's in the rulebook that shortens the game to 4 rounds. Now, the manual doesn't tell you how to set up the game for that, unfortunately. But the way it was worded in the manual was, since it's 4 rounds, and you're going to reveal a weather card a day in advance. So the first day there's going to be no weather card. Second day, we'll observe this weather card. And then the third day we'll observe this one, and the fourth day we'll observe this one. Weather cards are just special modifiers to that particular round. In the variant, we see the weather card a day in advance. In the regular rules, these just remain face down until the round that they're revealed. So in a normal game, you'd start the game, there's 7 rounds in the game, you'd start round 1 with no weather card. Once round 1 is done, round 2 comes around, you reveal this one, observe its effects, play out the round, round 3, reveal this one, same. In the variant, however, you're just going to have 3 weather cards based on my logic, and this one is going to start face up, and you observe this. You can see these a day in advance in the variant, but you don't observe them in the round before it. Okay, so we'll get to that when we get to that. But just note that in a normal game, there's going to be 6 weather cards, 7 rounds. In the variant that we're going to play today, it's 4 rounds, so that means 3 weather cards. At least that's my logic. So we're just going to push these here. Okay, so each player gets a set of koi. There's 2 of each color here. One is for the score tracker on the outside of the board. It goes from 1 to 40. So one's for that, and then one's for moving your fish around. Now, this is the 1 to 2 player side. Yes, this game does have solo rules as well in the rulebook. The flip side of the board is a larger hex grid for 3 to 4 players. And you're going to set up the board differently depending on the number of players, and that is also in the rulebook. But in a 2-player game, this is what it should look like. The starting area for the 1 player is here, and the starting area for the other player is over here. And for our very first turn, we'll get to choose which of these spaces we want to put on and what direction we want to commit to for our first round. Here's a look at the components. There's dragonflies, there's rocks, other koi that we're not using for other players. You've got lily pads, cherry blossoms, there's windy tokens for certain weather cards. And I gotta say, the components are beautiful to look at. I mean, these are Takedo level, you know, and I just dropped some cards. I got it. But as you can see, like, they're really nice looking. These are just different weather cards that we're not using. Any weather cards that weren't dealt in the beginning of the game are put back in the box. So you could have different weather cards from game to game. In fact, the odds are that you're going to have different weather cards. So a way a round plays out. Here's a quick turn order, round order at the back of the rule book. For the first day, skip to step 4. So we're going to be doing steps 4 through 10 for the first round, and then we're going to be observing everything after that. So basically the way it starts off, starting with the first player, each player takes their turn. They can do actions A and B as many times as they want until they stop or decide to stop. They can play a card and resolve it. They can cycle cards. Cycle cards means that they can discard two or more koi cards from their hand to the discard pile. Then they draw that many minus 1. So if I discard 3, I can draw 2 from the deck. If I discard 4, I can draw 3 from the deck. So you end up with 1 card less than what you started with when you're discarding. But it's a way to get rid of cards that you may not want. You can choose to end your turn. If you have more than 5 cards in your hand, you must discard down to a hand of 5 cards. Your choice, not at random. Check for a flood. At the end of any player's turn, if there are no dragonflies on the board, a flood will occur. And there's actually a set of rules for that. Somewhere. Here we go. Flood rules on the top half of this. And we'll get to that when we get to that. But basically, it helps to reset the board. Certain pieces are moved away, like just taken off the board. And then eventually, it's a way to reset dragonflies back onto the board. These lily pads basically spawn new ones. But there's more to the flood than just that. After that, assuming a flood occurs, play proceeds clockwise to the next player. All players have taken a turn the day ends. Players total their points for the day, advance their score tokens, and return their accumulated dragonflies and frogs to the supply. And then you pass the first player token to the player with the lowest score. If there's a tie, move it clockwise. And then rinse and repeat. At the beginning of round 2 and beyond, you're going to start revealing these weather cards. You're going to spawn dragonflies on all empty lily pads. Deal 3 koi cards to each player, unless instructed to do otherwise via a weather card. So, like I said, there's a lot of little rules in here. Movement rules, bumpage, what happens. There's actually a chart here for some of that, like what happens when this bumps into this, or this bumps into this, or is eaten by, or bumps into. There's a lot of stuff. So we may get something wrong, just, you know, be warned, okay? This is just, again, most of my videos tend to be introductory anyway, in the sense that we're trying to show you the game. It may not be perfect, but it's a way of me showing you, hey, this is what the game looks like, this is how it plays roughly. If you're interested, go buy it and learn more about it. Alright, so anyway, the owner of the game is the first player, with that being me. Mm-hmm. I got a press copy from PSI Inc., which was nice of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this nearby. And you start off from... Yes, at the beginning of my first turn, for the first round, I get to choose where to go. So can it be... No, like there's a set area based on the rule book. Okay. In a 2-player game, this is a set area for the 1 player. This is a set area for the 2nd player. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to look at my cards and figure out how... See, look at that. But see, it's not going to get me... Can I use these in conjunction with each other? Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to put my koi here and face it in this direction, I think. Unless I have... Oh, so there's a... Okay, let me do... Well, you know what? Let me rethink... I might actually have to sit on this side, because the angle's like... Yeah, whatever you need to do, that's fine. No, you're fine. So, this is tough. This means I can rotate my fish in any direction I want to on the same tile that it's on. Jumping over a tile, this is the jump That you can jump over rocks when that occurs, but you also, if you jump over a space with a dragonfly, you don't get to eat it. So you don't want to jump over dragonflies, but jumping can help you get over rocks. If you move into a space with, or if you try to move into a space with a rock, you just skip that and move on to the next one. So it's basically a blocker. So I was originally gonna do, like if I started here, I was gonna go 1, 2, 3, rotate this way, and then, well, actually it'd be here. It'd be 1, 2, 3, rotate this way, then play, say, this forward, and then, no, I don't think that would have worked anyway. I was rotating in the wrong direction. Yeah, I had a plan in mind that I lost it, and I don't think it would have worked. But anyway, I can spawn, say, here. If I did that, I go. This is rough. I'd want to do something. Okay. Okay. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. I'm going to start here and face this direction. Okay. So now I'm going to play this one. This one means I can move one space, optional. I don't have to, but I could. I'm going to go ahead and do it. So that's 1. This one says I have to jump.
Wow, nice.
And then lastly is an optional one. I'm going to land here and take this dragonfly, and that's 1. This goes into a discard pile. Then, again, I can keep playing, or I can just decide to end it. Now, I need to get around these rocks. This one would put me far away from everything. Rotate. Again, I have to face the right direction here. Okay, so this would rotate me this way. I can move forward. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this card, and this means I'm going to, this is optional, I'm going to rotate this way once, move forward because I have to, rotate again, and move forward like that.
Nice.
Okay, and I think with this I'm going to end my turn, and I'm not going to cycle anything. I don't have more than 5 cards, so that's that. So check for a flood. Nothing's happening here because there's 2 more dragonflies on the board, so no flood occurs, no reset occurs. Play proceeds to you. So now you can use your cards to move. Oh, first you pick a starting location, and then you start playing cards, whatever ones you want.
I'm going to... oh my gosh, that's tough.
Oh, we forgot to reveal this. Again, in the variant, the shorter game variant, we reveal this now, we observe it next round.
Oh, okay. What is that?
Today, meaning next round, you may only play up to 3 koi cards. If you play less than 3, draw a card for each you choose not to play at the end of your turn.
What's a koi card? It's just
that's what your hand. Yeah, your hand of cards.
Oh, I see. You up to 3. Okay.
So basically, you're limited in how many cards you play, but if you play less than 3, you get more cards.
Cool. All right. But
that's next round, not this round.
And you're supposed to have a set card every round, right? Like a set amount of cards in your hand?
At the beginning of round 2 on, you deal 3 koi cards to each player. So, no, you don't have a set number of cards that you always are supposed to have. You start with the game with so many cards. That is dependent of how many players are playing. I think the first and second players start with like 4, then the third player starts with 5, and the next player, something like that. Okay. So, the more players, the more cards that come out for those going last.
Okay. All right. So, I'm going to start here.
Okay. So you're facing this way?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm going to, hopefully this will work. I will play this card. Okay.
So, you're going to go forward 1, optional. Are you doing your optional? Yes. Oh no, it starts. Yeah, okay, it starts from here. Yeah. So you're mandatory going this way.
Yeah. And then I rotate this
correct.
Way.
Yes.
And then I move 1 to right.
Right, correct. So you used your optional move. Okay, got it. Okay, so that's 1.
Okay.
And now you can go again if you want, or you can end your turn.
I'll go again. I'm going to use a lotus blossom.
Okay.
To push myself.
Cherry blossom, but
okay.
A
cherry blossom. Can I do that to push?
Very good. Let's check the chart. I'm pretty sure you can.
We'll see.
No, you're fine. Place one cherry blossom onto an open space on the board. When placed, they cause all tokens except lily pads and rocks in the 6 adjacent hexes surrounding the space to move outward 1 hex, like ripples on a pond. Anything moved this way maintains its facing. Yeah. So yes, if you bump into a dragonfly, you eat the dragonfly. So, according to that chart. So, in doing so, everything is pushed away. This is the only thing that gets pushed. Yep. So, you are pushed this way. You eat this, and very good.
Cool.
Nice. Nice job.
Thank you.
Where's your card? Oh, there it is.
Okay.
Gotcha. I'm just going to put it here.
I'm going to place a rock.
Place a rock. Okay. Now that's 2 rocks. Now, rocks cannot be placed adjacent to each other.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to put... so messed up. I'll put one there.
Oh.
And one there.
Really blocking me here. Okay. Anything else?
No.
Okay. So, according to this, we check for a flood. No flood occurs because there's still a dragonfly on the board. When all players have taken their turn, day ends. Players total their points for the day. These are worth 3, so we each have 3 points. So, I'm going to put us up to 3 here. There we go.
I have a question, actually.
Yeah.
If this lotus went right here...
Cherry blossom.
Sorry. If this cherry blossom ended up here... Would it push you into a rock or no? No,
I cannot be pushed into a rock.
Okay, so what does it do? Does it crush you and you lose a card or something?
Wow! Man, you just... No.
That would be a cool variant. You lose a card if it's pushed into
It says does not move, according to this. If a fish bumps into a rock, it does not move.
Okay. It's so unreal.
Nice try. Wait, no! Are you trying to kill my fish?
No, it's unrealistic.
Look how beautiful this game. You want to murder my fish.
It's unrealistic. Okay, got
it. Unrealistic. My head's hurting already. Okay, that's what I said. The dog is moaning down there. Okay, so the day ends.
I love how we're not even using the first player token at all.
Well, I have the first player token, but now, well, in this case, it gets moved to you because... in a tie, we're tied for lowest player.
Oh.
So
it's the lowest player that goes first.
Correct, the next round. Okay. Unless there's in a tie, it gets moved clockwise to the next player.
I see, yeah.
Begin the new day. Now we're going to start with this one. So we're going to reveal one for the next round, but we're observing this one. So I'm just going to take a koi just to remind us that we're on this day so that we're not looking at the wrong one. So warm is going to be for tomorrow, for round 3. Warm says at the end of your turn, move your koi fish forward 2 spaces. This one is for today, the snow. Today you may only play up to 3 koi cards. If you play less than 3, draw a card for each you choose not to play at the end of your turn. So we revealed a weather card. The next one is spawn dragonflies on all empty lily pads.
Where does my fish go?
It stays there. In the event that you're on top of a lily pad, it does not spawn.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, no, a dragonfly is not going to spawn on a lily pad when you're there. It doesn't have a death wish. Deal 3 koi cards to each player, unless otherwise instructed by a weather card. So there's one.
It's so weird. They thought of that realism, but they haven't thought of the rock.
Oh, will you get off the rock?
Just say it.
Oh my gosh. Starting with the first player. Okay, so you get to go again. You can only play up to 3 on your turn.
Okay.
And you observe a special effect at the end of your turn, should you...
Okay. Oh, this is tough, man. This is so tough. Oh my gosh, this is so hard.
Oh, take your time. This is why we're playing the shorter variant, because 6-7 rounds of this, I don't have enough battery power. Not if we sit here and think about it.
No, seriously. Okay, Here's what I'm gonna do. Gosh. I'm going to, if I calculated this right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. I'll play this card first.
Okay, so these are all optional moves.
Yeah, I'm gonna do all of them.
Okay.
So I will move this one forward.
Forward, yes.
Rotate it twice, right? 1,
well,
2.
Hold on. This is... Yeah. So this way, this way.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then move forward again.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now I'm going to use this card as well.
Okay.
Oh, it says I can only play up to 3, right?
Up to 3.
Up to 3, okay.
You'll still be fine if you're going to go after this one. So you move forward 1, rotate any way you want to. I'm assuming you want to rotate this way. And then lastly move... Okay, so you get this dragonfly. You move there.
Always landing on a dragonfly.
Mm-hmm.
Do I want to do anything else?
You can play one more card. You don't have to. If you don't, you can draw 1 at the end of your turn.
1? Only 1?
Well, it says, if you play less than 3, draw a card for each you choose not to play at the end of your turn. So, if you only played 2, you didn't play that third one, so you get to draw 1. If you just decide not to play any, you would draw 3 cards at the end of your turn. Because I didn't play any. For every card, you didn't play up to 3.
Okay. So if I played another one, I don't draw it.
Correct.
Oh.
Take the number of cards you played minus 3.
Okay. Yeah.
That's how many you draw.
I'll leave it then.
Okay.
Does it stack like? Or is it just a one-time thing?
That's just for this round.
Yeah, I figured. All right. Yeah. Okay. I'll wait.
Okay. So you get a card, and at the end of your turn, you have more than 5 cards in your hand. No. Check for flood. No problem there. Okay. So next, my turn. I've got some stuffs. I'm going to...
Am I facing straight? I think I'm facing straight, right? Can you move my fish just a little?
This way?
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
No, you're fine. That's important. Unfortunately, I don't have a whole lot of direction cards. What I could do is push myself... Okay, so what I could do... Okay, so I'm going to, first of all, play this Cherry Blossom. And this pushes myself this way. I maintain my facing. Okay.
Ooh. Wait, you can do that?
Yeah. What do you mean?
I thought the Cherry Blossom you had to face...
You maintain your facing when you get pushed.
Oh.
Regardless of which way you're facing. So if I was if I did this, if I was here and facing this way, I would maintain that facing.
Oh, I thought it was... Okay.
If I was facing this way, I would be pushed and maintain my facing. It doesn't matter. I was pushed. I was facing that way. I'm now facing.
Okay. I thought it was in the direction that you're facing. I see now.
No.
I see.
It's just yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna play a lily pad. Because I know a flood is about to occur because there's no free lily pads. So I'm going to put this somewhere. So I'm going to play this lily pad and play it. I cannot play it adjacent to another. Okay, so I'm actually going to place it here. And... I will end my turn, and that means I can draw 1. Because I played 2 cards, max 3, I'm going to go ahead and draw 1. Okay. Can I see the turn order real quick? Sorry. Now, because, check for flood. At the end, there are no dragonflies left on the board. A flood occurs, see flood rules. So let's go ahead and follow those by the book so I don't mess them up. Okay, so remove all cherry blossoms and frogs from the board. Okay. Oh, and one thing I didn't mention to you, frogs will eat frogs facing matters, and they will eat any adjacent dragonfly.
Adjacent ones?
Yes.
Oh.
So if there was a dragonfly here,
it would just
and I put a frog here, you have to face it facing the dragonfly, and it eats it, and it's gone from the board.
Interesting. Okay.
But anyway, we didn't have that. But I just for the example on the camera. Okay, so remove all cherry blossoms and frogs, put them back in the supply, leave all rocks, lily pads, and dragonflies in their current hex spaces. And the reason why it says dragonflies, leave them, even though in this situation there are none, there are certain weather cards that may cause a flood while there are dragonflies still on the board. Okay, so we remove them all. Okay, then the flood pushes all koi to the outer edges of the pond, starting with the first player for that day. So starting with you, if you're in the middle though, so you're actually in the middle and you do not, and you may choose any of the outer edges. It says the red koi is equally close to all sides and may choose any of the outer. Okay, so you can go anywhere you want.
Seriously?
If I were here, I'd have to choose this. If I were here, I'm closest to this and this, so I could choose either one. But in this case, you're equidistant to every side, so you can go here and you can choose your direction.
Okay.
So where do you want to put your fish?
Oh man, there's this stuff. Oh my gosh. Sorry.
No, take your time. You're fine.
I'm sorry.
You're fine.
I'm gonna put it right here.
Okay, and which way do you want to face?
That way.
This way?
Yes.
Like that. All right. I'm going to...
Oh, wait. Hold on. No.
Okay.
I take it back. Can I go this way?
Yeah, you could do that.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, I'm going to... Well, I'm closest to this and this. So I'm going to go something like that, maybe. And... Just make sure, yeah. All right.
You can't discard cards, huh?
Only on your turn. Discard 2 to get rid of 2, add 1. Remember, on your turn you can cycle cards.
Okay.
So we push the koi, spawn dragonflies on empty pads. So 1, 2...
You have a dragonfly there?
3. Yeah, that's for that's for scoring.
Okay.
So that was the end of my turn. We completed our flood, and that actually ends the round because you went first, I went second. We score these, so we get 3 points each. We're up to 6.
Cool.
Those go back to the box, the purple. Then we go again. So now we're on this, and we can see what this is coming up. Light freeze, or light breeze, or light breeze. Mm-hmm. Place the dragonfly token into each open corner of the board. But that's next round.
Yeah.
This round is warm. At the end of your turn, move your koi fish forward 2 spaces. Okay. So we're tied. So this moves to me, this first player marker. And now I can choose how on earth I'm going to get stuff done. Okay. If I did that, no, because, yeah, I could do that. And then rotating. Okay. But then I'd waste those. Thanks. Okay. I'm going to play this one first. It's forward 1, and then rotate this way.
Oh, that's really good.
Or, no, I'm sorry, it's wrong order. So wait, I can't play that one. My bad, I have to go from down up, and I went from up down. So if I were to rotate first and then move forward, I'd hit that rock. So I can't do that. So I need to do maybe this one or this one. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and play this one.
I'm sorry, real quick.
Maybe not.
Do I replenish my cards?
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah. Spawn, deal 3 cards to each player. I'm sorry, yeah. 1, that would help me out too. 3, good catch. See, this is what I'm talking about. 1. Now, I got to play cards because I've got more than 5. Okay, now this might be good. Yikes.
Can you spawn frogs on lily pads? Like on empty lily pads or on dragonflies?
Say what now?
Can you spawn frogs on lily pads?
No, I think it's on an empty space.
Okay.
That was a bad spot for me. Alright, so I guess I'm going to play this one, rotate it any direction I want to. I'm just going to come back to this way.
Oh, you can do that?
Yeah. Well, it says you can rotate it any
Well,
way.
remember when I did that and you gave me a funny look? You were like, anyways, moving on.
Oh, bull. I was taking a page from your book. You should be honored.
Okay, I'm honored.
Okay. So now I'm going to face that way and I'll move forward too. So 1, 2. You're going to look that up now.
I am going to look that up. That's funny.
Alright, next, I'm going to, I could turn that way. And then move forward 1. Skip that and then move forward again. I will play this one. I will have to turn this way, have to move forward. I can skip rotating if I want to, and then I will optionally move forward 1 onto this here. Okay. And...
I see. That was interesting.
Next, I will...
Oh, what'd you do? You took 2.
I did.
Dang. That just ruined my plan.
You're welcome. See, if I did...
Does a frog show up immediately if you use a frog icon?
Yes.
Card?
Yes. You spawn it. Forward, 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 rotate that way. Or... Sheesh. This is tough. I'm trying to figure out a way to get another one. But if I turn that way and then move forward. And then, well, I could spawn one. Okay. I'm gonna play a lily pad down here.
Okay.
Doesn't spawn anything right now, but it may at some point. And I think I will end my turn. I'm not gonna cycle anything. And then at the end of my, at the end of my turn, move your fish forward 2. Okay. So, with that done, check for flood. No flood occurs. Moves on to you. Okay, so now it is your turn.
Okay. Oh, man, you ruined my plan.
Did I?
It's okay, though. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. Sorry.
Are you bothered by one of my movements?
Yeah.
What, the rotate in place?
No. It's something else.
You still on about that?
No,
okay.
No.
In the meantime, I will again show the folks at home what the box insert looks like. And why not show you some other cards that we did not use. There's Wendy, for example. Select and flip a win token. Win tokens being... There's one that has a 1 on it, and there's one with a 2 on it. It gets flipped, it gets put into one of these tiles, and certain things move in that direction, similar to Cherry Blossom. Then move Cherry Blossoms as well, activating them as they... So yeah, Cherry Blossoms can activate other Cherry Blossoms. Breezy, dragonflies instantly spawn whenever able, including after a lily pad is placed. Bright, today you may discard any card to perform a jump. Sun Shower, today any movement card may be used to move a frog instead of your koi. Sensational, draw 5 koi cards instead of 3 this turn to a maximum hand size of 8. So yeah, there's a lot. Are you ready, or can I keep going? Okay.
No, I think I'm ready.
All right.
I'm just confused. 2, 3, 2. Okay.
Not a whole lot of frogs this game.
Yeah. Here's what I'm gonna do. This is so useless. I'm going to use this one.
Okay. So you move 2 up, take the dragonfly. Mm-hmm. And you have the option to rotate this way.
I don't have to?
They're blue, so you don't have to.
Okay, then I won't. And then I'm going to...
You're not going to?
No, I'm not going to.
You're facing the rock.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to jump 2.
Okay, good. So that's 1, 2, and you're facing. Good job.
Okay.
No more dragonflies. So a flood will occur again.
Mm-hmm. Now here's the thing I'm a little bit confused about.
Mm-hmm.
If I place a frog down, right?
Okay.
Am I able to catch it on a movement turn?
Yes.
Really?
You can place it, then move on top of it and capture it.
That's so cheaty.
Well, it's part of the game, I guess. It's only 1 point, though, compared to Dragonfly's 3. You can use frogs offensively, too. If you see your opponent about to take a dragonfly, you can put the frog down, eat the dragonfly, so that they can't get it.
That's actually good. And you can only have 5 cards?
Yes. If you have more than 5, you have to discard down to 5 at the end of your turn.
Yeah. I'm going to use a lily pad card.
Okay.
And put it,
Nice job.
Sorry. Oh my gosh.
She was imitating a frog. You can't put lily pads next to it. There you go.
Sorry.
You're fine. All right. Anything else?
Okay. Yeah. Interesting.
Really, dog?
Man, it's like I don't want to. But... Can you put frog thingies down only on your turn or any turn?
On your turn.
Alright, I'm just gonna put it down then.
Alright, where are you gonna put it? In front of you?
Actually.
Seriously, dog?
I'm gonna put it right where yours is. Next to yours.
What do you mean? Here?
Yeah. Can I do that?
Yeah, but, what happened?
Oh, but it has to face to eat a dragonfly, huh?
No, it...
I saw it say something that it needs to face the dragonfly to eat the dragonfly, but it needs to face the center.
Empty... I'm thinking about the lily pads, though. Frogs immediately eat any dragonflies in the 6 adjacent hexes surrounding it. Frogs always eat dragonflies before any koi would be able to. I'm just trying to figure out, though, what happens if...
If it's placed before?
Yeah, what if...
Because at the end of the round, the frogs get removed, don't they?
Yeah.
Okay, then never mind, I'll say that.
Right, so it's going to go to waste.
Yeah.
Because when this flood occurs, the frogs will be removed, and the dragonflies will be... So you want your frog back.
My card back, then. Okay, that's fine.
I was trying to save you a card.
Thank you, that was very sweet of you. Yeah, I think I'm good now.
Okay. So, it's the end of the round, however, flood, because at the end of your turn, check for a flood. So, flood occurs, and everything gets reset. I need to do that again. Okay, remove all cherry blossoms and frogs. Leave rocks, lily pads, and dragonflies in the current hexes. The flood pushes everyone away. I'm start players, so I guess I'll go... I think it matters, but... I think I'll do something like that. Yeah, okay. And you get to go on this row or this row.
Oh, really? Okay.
Because you're equidistant to both these sides. And you can face any direction.
And we don't get cards. We have to place them first and then get
Yes, you get cards at the beginning of the turn. The beginning of the round.
Okay. And it's either on your side or on my side?
Correct. Well, yeah. Here or here.
Okay. And I can face any direction.
Correct.
Right? Mm-hmm. And I'm going first this time?
Next round, yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Was it? Oh, did you do the 2 spaces?
Oh, well, it doesn't matter. You do that.
Okay.
But it's still, you're still equidistant.
Yeah. It's even worse for me now. What does that say? Place the dragonfly in the corner. Oh, man. Okay, I guess I'll start right next to you.
Here?
Yes. Facing, the other way.
This way.
No. Rotate it more.
This?
Rotate it more.
This? This?
No, to the bottom.
Like
yeah,
that?
Like that.
You're facing the wrong way?
Yes.
Okay, so you must have a card that rotates you twice.
3 times. How about it?
Okay. So from there, dragonflies spawn. And also cherry blossoms can push dragonflies off of lily pads.
Yeah, into the fish's mouth.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was pretty funny.
Okay. And I believe this goes to you. And we scored these 3 points. Oh, 3 and 3, 6. So 6 each is 12. Okay.
And this.
And now we're on to light green. Last round. Place a dragonfly token into each open corner. Open corner. So this is not an open corner.
Without lily pads.
Yeah, it just says.
So sad. These poor dragonflies are drowning.
Nah, they're fine. They can swim. Or they can, yeah.
Sure, soggy wings.
Yeah, they're fine. Okay, so I think.
Wow. Okay,
so at the beginning, reveal a weather card. Don't need to do that. Spawn dragonflies on empty lily pads. Paths adjacent to frogs do not spawn dragonflies. In case there was a frog here from a previous round before the flood occurred. So if a flood did not occur and there was a frog here, this would not spawn.
Before a flood? But doesn't it...
Let's assume that a flood didn't happen last round.
Okay.
And there was a frog here.
Oh, okay.
If a frog was here...
It would not spawn.
It would not spawn.
I see.
That was another question I had, but I just read it.
Yeah.
Okay, so put this back.
I'm surprised you didn't Tumblr it. Oh, you get it? Reddit? Tumblr?
I don't get it.
It's a Reddit, the website, Reddit.
I still don't get it. You should explain it more. It's funnier when
There's a website called Reddit, and there's another website called Tumblr.
I still don't get it. Explain it more.
Okay, what's another site that's like Tumblr?
Is it like MySpace?
Yes, sort of. But you know what Reddit is, right?
Is it like AOL?
No.
ICQ?
Are you messing with me?
Is it like Yahoo?
You're messing with me. Keep this going. Not face.
Bro, you don't even fable.
You don't even fable.
Okay, so players. Okay, so that goes to you. Reveal weather card. Spawn. Deal 3 cards.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
I have 6 cards. When it's my turn, do I have to discard to...
At the end of your turn, you discard down to 5.
Okay, I see. Alright. Cool, so I can still use my 6 cards.
Yes, you can. I've got plenty of cards.
Okay. So I'm going to use this one.
Rotate 3 times. Well, wait a minute. If you do that, 1, 2... Okay. 1, 2, 3, and then forward 1. Okay,
yes,
so you get this one?
Yes, sir. I'm going to...
That was a good move for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Ooh. Ooh. No me gusta.
No me gusta.
I don't like any of these cards. These are terrible cards.
Nah, you're fine.
Terrible. Oh, no, I can't do that either, huh?
Hmm.
Oh, yes, I can. All right, cool. And this is the last round, you say?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to,
This is tough.
Yes.
I'm going to play cards in such a way that equals or gets more than what you've got. It's going to be tough.
I'm going to have to switch. Since I'm now facing that way, I have to.
You have to move.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. So. Sorry, I'm not looking.
No, I'm showing the camera what I have in case they want to, in their heads or at home, come up with a way for me to earn more points. But
oh man,
I don't know which ones you're going after, so I don't want to plan right now.
Yeah. All right. Here's what I'm gonna do. This is such a weird thing.
Okay.
I guess that wouldn't matter really. I don't think at this point it really doesn't. Actually, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
You're so competitive. You're fun.
It's not that I'm competitive. I'm just trying to figure this crap out.
Mm-hmm.
So if I end up there.
Okay, so if I did...
Might have to cut this part out.
we'll see. I'll show off more weather cards that we didn't get to yet. Rain. Treat all movement icons as optional this round. You may only choose 2 icons per card following the order shown. Smirky Day. If you bump another koi fish on your turn, steal one of their dragonflies. Limit 1 per opponent. Calm. Before your turn, move 1 dragonfly 2 spaces in any direction. Hot. Anytime a koi faces an adjacent rock today, they may immediately jump it. Thunderstorm. Immediately flood the pond. Per the flood rules. That was one of the examples I was explaining earlier. Mild. Natural beauty cards, placing frogs, cherry blossoms, or lily pads place 2 tokens instead of 1 that day. Fog. Once, anytime during your turn, you may place any 1 nature token of your choice, as if you played its natural beauty card. Windy. I think we're back to, yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna play this one. Sorry.
Alright, go for it.
That'll be...
So you're going to go forward 1.
Yeah.
And jump onto this lily. You're going to devour this.
Yes. Yum, yum, yum. Nom, nom, nom.
Okay. So you've got 2.
Okay. So...
And you're going to win.
I doubt it. Very highly doubt it. Okay. Oh my gosh.
Because I have to somehow get 3, and you're already getting the ones near me, so...
Nah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I have to somehow get over there. And...
Alright, while you're thinking, I'm going to show the solo rules, at least. You guys can feel free to pause the video here, should you want to take a look at the solo rules. I'll put this up here for like 5 seconds. You can pause it if you want to read more about it, blow up the video. And here's the other side. So there's 2 pages of solo rules.
Oh my gosh. This is annoying. I have a card that's really complicated, that's why. Like, I'm trying to...
Well, you've got 2 already, so you're...
Like, this right here, I keep thinking is moving to the left, but it's only a rotate.
Yes.
So that's what's messing me up. Alright, so if I do... Okay, so if I use this card...
While you're doing that...
Sorry.
No, you're fine. I'm going to take a picture for the thumbnail. I'm multitasking.
Good. I'm glad.
I'm gonna borrow this.
Oh, I should have used my jump card. I wish we could have undos. Oh, I wish we could have take back cards. Alright,
Just a bit light.
Sorry.
You're fine.
I'm taking forever.
You're fine.
Okay, there's absolutely no way you can do this. So, I probably could have done this a lot better. So, I'm going to use this card.
Okay, so forward?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. So rotate.
Rotate, and then forward. And then rotate again, and then forward.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to freak out. I'm going to use the lotus.
Okay.
And put it here. What happens if I put it here? Nothing happens?
Where?
Like if I put it here,
this gets blown off the board.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll put it right there.
All right, that blows this into you.
Into my mouth.
Okay.
Nom 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 nom.
Nom nom.
And this is the last round. There's no other rounds, huh? Okay.
I can't win. I mean, you've got 3. There's no way.
I used my frog and put it here.
All right, so it has to face the dragonfly, and it eats it.
Really? Isn't there like a rule where it faces the center or something?
That's if it has no other facement. Like, the thing is it near dragonfly? If the answer is yes, it faces it and eats it.
I see.
If not, if it's on the edge of the board, then it has to face, I think, center or something like that. Other than that, the player chooses what direction. But in this case, you put it next to a dragonfly, and you face it that way.
Why would you place it? Like, I don't know. That's weird.
You might have strategic reason to do so.
And then I'll just use my last card for laughs and face this dragonfly because I'm going to try and eat it telepathically. Sure.
Okay. Now I have to somehow get 3 dragonflies. Okay, so I'm thinking the first thing I should do...
Wait, I got 3?
You got 3.
No.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, I did, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Don't be sorry. I'm going to play this one first. I think that out of all of them, that's the best one. It's 1, 2, 3, turn.
Ooh, you have a lot of movement cards.
I do.
That's good.
I don't want to turn that.
I was reading that if you get a movement that's blocked by rock, you can skip to the next movement.
Yeah, I know.
And use it. I didn't know that.
Alright, I'm going to move 2 and skip my turn. So that. Skip the turning. These are optional.
Yeah.
So I'm going to skip that.
Nice.
I'm going to play this one. Oh, no.
Like
I'm going to... Okay, it's this one. It's move forward 1 and turn any which way I want. I want to turn that way. Actually, let me think about that. I'm actually going to face this way. Next, I'm going to play this one. It's turn that way, forward.
Wow. You might actually beat me.
I'm going to... See, these rotates are going to kill me. I'm going to at least try and tie it. I'm going to put a cherry blossom here. Pushes this toward me.
Nice.
What happened to the other 2 I took? Oh, I put it in the box by accident. That'd be bad. Okay, so this gets pushed off the board.
Yeah.
And with these 2 left, I mean... there's no way for me to get any... Well, I turn this way. Or...
Which 3s did you
Wait.
get?
Wait. Is it... I don't like... So this turns this way, and this one turns this way, I think? I'm just trying to figure out how this one turns this way, I think.
Yeah, that one turns that way. That's how I read it, at least.
Well, that would put me into this rock, which I don't want to do. And then so I couldn't. Okay, so let me. I want to see what the tiebreaker is, because if I end my turn now, I just want to see if we tie, what happens.
But wait, when did you get 3 dragonflies?
When did I get 3?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I only got 2.
Because
so
I got
started
this
here.
one, right?
Yeah. Okay, so this one up to here. Okay, so I got 1, 2 is what I got. So yeah, there's no way for me to move straight with these cards to get this last one.
Well,
so this would turn me this way, and then forward. Yeah, it still wouldn't be enough. And then if I did that, and then forward. And then this tells me to turn this way. There's no way I could do it. So I think I have to end my turn now.
I'm sorry.
No, don't. What are you sorry for?
I shouldn't have said anything.
No. Check a flood. Nothing happens. Okay, so I think the game ends at this point. You had 3 to my 2, so your 9 on 12 goes up to 21. And mine goes from 12 up to 18. Right? So you're 3 points ahead. So I think that's that. Pretty sure. Yeah. So at the end of the 7-day, in this case 4, whoever the most points wins. So you won.
I'm sorry.
Good. Why are you sorry for?
That's so bad.
Why? You did good. That was really good.
Because you had hope.
I had hope. It's fine.
I was fine.
No, the better fish won. That was close though.
It was really close. I really thought you had me there.
So
I should have kept my mouth shut.
What did you think of this?
It was good. I wish the rotating mechanic was a lot easier. I wish that instead of having arrows, because it looks like moving, I keep getting it mixed up with moving to the right instead of rotating.
Yeah, I'm forgetting to go from bottom to top instead of top to bottom.
Yeah.
That's my problem. And
I didn't have too much of a problem.
It's hard for me to, in my head, to imagine, I guess, rotate this. It depends on where I am on the board. Sometimes my mind doesn't click right. But
I wish they had like a diagram instead, like a little hexagonal picture that shows, if your fish is facing
I bet you it
down.
would be expensive to put that on every card, though. There's a lot of cards.
Yeah, that would.
I didn't see a whole lot of frogs.
I kept getting nothing but frogs and petals. I was getting, kind of upset.
Well, there's a lot more...
No, wait, I only did have 1 frog, huh?
Yeah, there's 4... I saw, 4 other frogs in here. So I guess they don't come up very often.
I didn't have a lot of movement cards. It was weird.
Yeah, I didn't get to... this is a really strategic, you gotta think about where you're moving kind of game, definitely.
Yeah, I think... I don't know. I would put in a variant where you cannot have less than 3 movement cards. And if you do, you gotta draw more.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Now, we played the shorter game. So the longer game, we probably would have had a lot more lily pads out. I probably may have been able to catch up. I don't know.
Yeah, I think you could have.
It depends on that first player. Because I'm lower now, I would have gone first next turn and maybe gotten enough stuff to get back.
Yeah.
So I don't... this is the first time I'll hear myself say this. I actually don't recommend the shorter variant.
Oh.
By the time you've got enough lily pads out, the game's over.
Yeah.
Because you only start with 3 in a 2-player game. At least maybe in a 3 or 4-player game, the shorter variant might work because there's more lily pads that the game starts with.
Yeah.
And there's more players to interact with. But in a 2-player game, we were neck and neck through the entire thing. And just as we started adding more to the board, the game was over.
Yeah.
So
and I like the weather cards. I would add more weather cards. That was kind of cool.
Yeah. Well, with the regular game, there'd be 6. So there'd be a lot more going on.
I'd add them all.
Yeah. So my advice, 2-player game, I would say the shorter variant is good for a learning game. But if you really want to play a competitive game against someone or just a casual game, whatever, I would recommend for 2 players, play the longer game.
Yeah.
That way you're not neck and neck, and then when the game just starts to get cluttered and good and more stuff is coming out, it's over. It's too quick.
Yeah, and the beginner variant where you can see them
ahead of time is kind of nice. It's more strategic that way.
It's nice. It's more strategic. I'm a fan of the slap your face. Oh my gosh, what's gonna happen? So I think I would rather.
You'd rather have them face down.
Yeah, and then look at it after.
That's cool. But if you if this light breeze, I knew that dragonfly at the beginning of the third round, I knew the light breeze dragonflies were going to spawn. So maybe I should have tried to plan it this round to get my fish to be able to navigate the outsides of something. I don't know. But you can use those cards to your advantage if you know what's coming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But all in all, this isn't a bad game. I just don't like the shorter variant because it's too neck and neck.
Yeah.
And it's just not enough happens in a 2-player game. At least this game didn't. But I still liked it. I think the art is really good. The box, the cards, the quality is really well done. Yeah. Gotta say.
It's charming. I usually don't like art like this either.
It
can look really messy and really cluttered.
Did you like Takedo?
I liked it. Which one is that?
Takedo is the path where you go from point A to point B, and you stop at inns, and you...
Is that a digital?
It's digital as well. Yeah, panoramas. You're trying to collect panoramas. You're trying to eat food. You're trying to
I never played the board game of that.
Okay. But did you like the art style in the digital?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. It's very similar to this.
Yeah.
It's like a Japanese... It feels like very Japanese, Asian...
I can't think of it, but there is another board game that looks that has this art style that I hated because it looked really messy. Or I guess
understand.
Someone just didn't do it right.
Or they just threw up Rainbow Bright all over the board. Yeah, I get you. All right, well there you go, folks. That was Koi. Again, we may have made a rules goof or two, but hopefully this gives you an idea as to how the game is played. If you guys haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube and Twitch channels. That way you can stay up to date with any new content I've been to publish. This is Vincent Lee. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time. Take care.
Bye, guys.